Welcome to the Laredo District Rural Transportation Improvement Program virtual public meeting for the 2025 to 2028 program. I'm speaking on behalf of Roberto Rodriguez, the TP&D Director for the Laredo District. We are here to go over the projects that will be included in the upcoming 2025 to 2028 rural tip. Today we are going over the counties in the Laredo District and all the roads under the district's care. We would also review the basics of what is a rural tip and why is it important for you to be here today with us. We will explain how the projects included in the program are selected and classified in order to make the most of the program. Once you understand all of this, you would have the opportunity to review all the projects in the Laredo districts and have included in the 2025 to 2028 program. Both the big projects and small supporting projects. We will also go over funding, answering questions on where does the money to pay for these projects come from and how does it distribute. Lastly, we will outline all the options you have to comment for these projects and their priority. We know everyone took time from their day to attend this virtual public meeting, and we appreciate it. As such, we do like to express our continued concern for safety by sharing one of Texas' campaigns, End the Street Texas. End the Street Texas was campaigned because November the 7th, 2020 was the last deadliest day on Texas roadways. Please help us end the streak by doing your part, making the best and safest decisions behind the wheel to encourage others to do the same. The Laredo District includes Webb, Duval, Salle, Dimmit, Zavala, Kinney, Maverick, and Val Verde counties as shown on the map. The Rural Transportation Improvement Program is a list of projects in a TxDOT district over the next 4 years. This means that all projects included in the list are expected to be underway within 4 years of its approval. It's multimodal, which means that it can include projects related to highways, bicycle and pedestrian facilities, transit services, and freight projects, as well as a preliminary study used to define those projects. Rural TIP shows a regional agreement of the need of priority of the transportation project, so all parties involved can be assured that they are making the best investment for the community. It is also expected to be considered which the projects and objectives included in a regional long-range transportation plan to ensure that all agencies are working towards the same goal. The Rural TIP is a part of a statewide transportation improvement program, STIP. Because the program, its rules are established by federal law, no project can receive federal funds unless it's listed in the rural tip. It is important for you to participate because funding secured by this process is intended to address your committee's most immediate needs. By providing comments on the priority of the projects included, you are helping us identify regional priorities. By reviewing the entire program in a single meeting, you are 1. Having a regional impact, 2. Helping us be more effective with your money, and 3. Ensuring that we are investing where we should. The Rural Transportation Organizations, metropolitan planning organizations, and local governments are responsible for selecting projects within their boundaries. TxDOT, though, The district office is responsible for selecting all projects related to the state transportation system and other national roadways. This includes interstates, state and U.S. highways, but most important, it can also include farm to market and ranch to market roads you use every day. The projects you will review today should respond to local needs. It is our responsibility to provide you with the opportunity to provide input on which projects should be advanced. This map shows project CCSJ 0018-05094 and CSJ 0037-10-041 that has been moved to let in FY29, which is pushing both projects outside the 2025 to 2028 rural tip for Webb County. The yellow outline area shown on the map indicates the limits of the project. This map shows project CSJ 0037-10-040 that has been moved to let in 2029, which is pushing the project outside the 2025 to 2028 rural tip for Webb County. The yellow outline area shown on the map indicates the limits of the project. The table shows the details of projects that will be moved outside the 2025 to 2028 rural tip for Webb County. The first project listed, map ID number 1, is CSJ 0018-05094, located on IH-35 interstate inside Webb County. The project length is 3.78 miles long, which project limits run from 2.68 miles north of Uniroyal, mile marker 16, to 1.2 miles north of US 83 intersection, mile marker 2. The project cost programmed is at $270.7 million with a scheduled let date of February 2029, fiscal year 29. The second project listed, map ID number 2, is CSJ 0037-10-041, located on US 83 inside Webb County. The project length is 1.42 miles long, which project limits run from Los Botines Lane to US 83/IH-35 underpass. This project cost is programmed at $37.2 million with a scheduled letting date of February 2029, fiscal year 2029. The third project listed, map ID number 3, is CSJ 0037-10-040, located in US 83 inside Webb County. This project length is 4.28 miles long, which is limits run from 1.0 miles north of SH 255 to Los Botines lanes. The project program is at $50.4 million with a scheduled letting date of May of 2029, fiscal year 2029. The road tip functions as a budget list for the district. Therefore, it is financially constrained. Like the budget of a household, the rural tip has a realistic amount of money available to conserve all its needs. Frequently, we identify more improvements than we have money to implement. This means prioritizing according to those items that are most necessary. We have discussed the list, but where does the money come from? Funding came from multiple sources. 1. The federal government, though establishes the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, the federal government allocates these funds through processes established by Federal Highway and Transportation Administrations. TxDOT, like the federal government, also allocates a selection of budget of these projects through a Unified Transportation Program, 12 funding categories. Regional entitles will also allocate funds to certain transportation projects. And 4, the local government, once need identified and the amount of federal monies has been identified, the rural tip needs local government assess the federal requirement to match those of the federal and state government and their capacity to meet them. The timeline above illustrates the rural tip process and where we are right now. Once the comments have been collected and considered if necessary, the Laredo District can provide a revised rural tip for approval and integration into the statewide document. The Statewide Transportation Improvement Program, STIP, is an acclamation of all 24 districts, rural tip, and 24 Metropolitan Planning Organization tips, and additional statewide programs. For example, Texas Park and Wildlife Program, federal lands, tribal projects, statewide transit, etc. The timeline above shows wherein the rural tip process fits into a larger effort. Once the STIP is approved by the federal government, everyone's projects are considered approved. Now that you are familiar with the program, we want to hear what you think. Go ahead and fill a comment card and take it with you and mail it back to us at the address on the screen. You can also email your comments to roberto.rodriguez@txdot.gov. Comments must be postmarked or otherwise received by 10/27/2025. Please make sure you send your comments before that date. If after that date you would like to get more information or have other questions, feel free to reach out or visit the district webpage for updates. Remember that you can pick up some takeaway material if you wish to discuss the information with your friends or family. Just remember, you send your comments before 10/27/2025. Thank you for your time and drive safely.